we talked about Solana versus Ethereum, right? You guys are building on Base.
Base is the best, man. Base is the best.
I
Yeah.
have to ask for a builder in the space, Base or Solana, and why?
If you look at the TVL of Base, is around 30% of Sol.
Mm.
If you look at the active addresses of Base, it's around 20% of Sol. The growth rate, though, is faster than Sol. Okay? So that's data. That's information. If you look at the number of tokens that are created on Sol every day, it's like a magnitude higher than Base. So a lot more tokens are created on Sol.
Mm.
Right? So if you are a project that launched token, your competition on Sol is much higher because there's 10 times more competition. That's point number 2. So supply is very intense.
Mm.
There are a lot of good builders on Sol. I know, for example, Chiao from LionsDAO is like a big fan of Sol.
Mm.
And I think to a certain extent, Sol is very much driven by Chiao and the LionsDAO team because they are constantly thinking about how do I make trading easier? How do I make trading faster? How do I make sure you gamble in the most easy way? That's the philosophy of Pump Fund and all the Solana ecosystem, right? Which is, again, the real PMF of crypto.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the contrary, what you're looking at Base is that obviously you see Brian Armstrong and Jesse, they talk about how Base chain is the chain for AI. So by having a statement out like this, they actually attract a lot of AI builders to Base. And that's actually to our advantage because we could convince them to actually tokenize their work on our virtual ecosystem, right? And I also think the people on Base, there are a lot of Ethereum OGs. So they are typically more patient. So when they buy something, they're okay to hold for a week, which it sounds like it's very short, but in crypto it's actually very long. I mean, in the Sol world, it's like two minutes you sell something else, right? So Base people are more patient. So they look at the agent coin to be like, okay, I think the team is decent. I'll give them some time to build, right? A bit more patient. So less rotational. So that's another point. You also think about like the fact that Base doesn't have a native token is also to our advantage. Because all the agent coins today are paired with virtual tokens. So I believe that allows us to sort of accrue the value of L1 without building an L1. And Base is totally fine with that because they don't have a token, right? They are cool. If I build on Sol and my native token, like if my Base pair is virtual, the Sol people won't be happy, right? So these are some of the reasons. Happy to hear your thoughts.
People could actually just say, I'm going to try to play the Memecoin game, but on the virtual platform, right? So the AI agent, but to get more Sol. So their goal, basically, they will not get more virtuals, they will get more Sol, and it's less good for your protocol.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
I talked that, I had like Jesse Pollack when I was in August on the podcast, and we released maybe a couple, I don't remember, two months ago or something like that. So, and you saw it?
How was the interview? Like, do you become more bullish Base or?
It was amazing. This guy, he's so inspiring.
Yeah.
Like he's living and breathing. For me, it was rare to see a founder who is so inspiring.
Yeah.
Like he's like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Also went very deep into like him smoking weed to find solutions to his problems and all that stuff. Right?
Yeah.
We spent the first 10 minutes talking about couple therapy with his wife. But then the Coinbase team has to cut that part. Actually, all the best parts are always being cut by all these teams because like they were like, oh, now he's an exec member of of Coinbase. Like actually, the weed part, I was like, they might cut it out because it's legal in California, but many other states in the US it's not, right?
Yeah.
But they kept it, so I was like, okay, great. At least we keep some juicy stuff. Anyway, I thought it was incredible.
He's a very long-term thinker, and he take the hard things. You do the hard things.
He doesn't give a fuck about all the things that most people care about in crypto, which is short-term, all this short-term bullshit. He doesn't give a fuck. He's a real builder.
Exactly.
And
that's the base
very
culture.
Inspiring.
That's the base culture. Yeah.
And he's giving you an energy when you talk to him. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, and I've been in front, like, we're going to release this week podcast number 100, and I'll probably have another 10 or 15 already recorded. I don't remember. So I've been in front of a few people, right? But the energy this dude like is spreading is incredible. Like I was like, fuck, man, I feel like high on life after this interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a religion, and he's like a true
Yeah.
entrepreneur here for the next 20 years, right?
100%.
And he doesn't give a fuck about the next 20 seconds or 20 hours or even 20 days, right? How much support did you get from Base? Or do you get from Base?
A lot. I mean, like we've been building on Base since January when it wasn't a popular choice. Back then you had Linear, Mental, Optimism, Arbitrum, all the L2s, right? Base wasn't the obvious one, but we thought it's a good bet.
Yeah.
Since then, I mean, we are in different group chats. We have the Coinbase wallet team. We have the general sort of business development ecosystem team. We typically get connected to a lot of people who build on Base. So there's the AI team that build on Base. So we talk to them. There's also like the DeFi, so Aerodrome or the Dex's Alien Base. We talk to them. So it's actually a very tight community on Base. It's funny because we all the agents use Coinbase wallets. So we are trying to test the limit of Base chain. And so again, the team is like super responsive. They're trying to soften. So it's fantastic. Yeah.
You're helping them test their own products, right?
I mean,
The limits of their own products.
let's be honest here, we are both startups. I mean, Base is much bigger, obviously, but we are both quite new. And so, yeah, we're just trying to, yeah.
What does sentience mean?
Wait.
Because if we talk about AI agent, we have to talk about sentient agents, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the next logical iteration.
Yeah. I don't have a really good definition to it, but my gut is that I would regard a being as sentient if that being starts challenging the stuff that they are doing today. Like you're asking yourself, why am I doing a podcast now? You know what I mean? Like you're like, why? You know? And the moment an agent or a sentient being start doing that, it becomes much harder for the human to control. And that's where things become very interesting. Yeah.